Hello. In this month's webinar, we're going to talk about time. Now, we've talked about time numbers of other times, but time is a very interesting thing because most people, most all of us, view time as something that moves forward. I'm watching my watch, it's moving forward. We also view time as past, present, future, and then you die. We've talked about that numbers of times. But one of the things that happens is when you begin to recognize that time is an application, not a fixed concept. Time is something that you can revisit in the past. You can recreate in the future. You can visit in the future. All of that is very available to you when you recognize time is not a linear structure. But one of the things at the beginning of recognizing this that makes it very useful is you begin to have an opportunity to look at time as circular. Time simply is all around you. And when you get more and more into the present moment, you can begin to take a look at events that have occurred in your past. Some that you don't like, some that you wouldn't even like to continue to carry around, some that you would like to change if you could, some that you'd just like to revisit from an emotion or from a place of enjoyment. All of that is very doable. But it requires a different consideration of time, a different way of looking at time, a different way of beginning to experience yourself. So when you move into present time, there is the opportunity as you begin to find a past attention point, for example, something that happened. You visit the consciousness. Now, you don't take your body with you. You don't appear in the moment physically in that context. But what you can do is you can go back and re-experience the experience in a past, present time space. Now, it takes a little bit of playing and it takes a little bit of shifting in your mind, not a lot. But when you can begin to get quiet, get into a state of balance, get into a neutrality, many of the tools that we've been talking about in the past months, and you begin to get to a point where you can look at an event without running the emotion of the event through the body. You can begin to look at it from the standpoint where it is something that you can actually change. Do you want to continue to carry that baggage, that guilt, that blame, that I did this wrong? Really, when you go back into it from this standpoint, one, you are older and wiser, assumably wiser, and you can begin to assess it a little differently. And many of those events that you hold yourself hostage to, many of those events that you've determined you're not okay by, really are very available for change. So we'll start playing here this month in terms of finding this aspect of present time, balance, quiet, neutrality, and then take a look at a past experience that maybe you would like to rearrange and or not even continue to carry around. Not complicated, it just requires a little bit of a shift in perspective and a little bit of increased awareness in the consciousness that you're playing in. So come play and let's see what we can do in this month's webinar. Look forward to seeing you.